Hello, welcome back to the thrifty suburbanite. My favorite time of year, fall. Yeah, there's a lot of work involved, but there's so much beauty. The temps get cooler. I just love it. I put together a short video to show you some of the shortcuts and labor-saving tricks I've come up with over the years. About 50 years now I've been doing this. I started as a kid with a rake going around the neighborhood, raking people's leaves. Yep, over the years it's gotten a little bit easier. Leaf blowers, power equipment, loud power equipment. So you'll see me wearing headphones just about all the time when I'm blowing leaves and pushing leaves and whatever I do. So thanks for watching. Take it easy. Okay, so in keeping with the frugal nature of this channel, I'll talk about some of the equipment I'm going to use today. Little Wonder leaf blower, probably early mid-70s vintage. This one's been through the battle. It was used by a landscaper before I got it, and it was in really bad shape. 5 horsepower Briggs it was on it. It was really bad. No compression, piston rings were shot. Every time you used it, you had to fill the oil crankcase back up because it would go through the whole oil supply in one use. So a couple years ago, I located a newer engine. A little bit difficult to find because the shaft diameter has to be a little bit larger than standard and longer. But I was able to come up with a replacement engine. What I learned when I took the engine off was that the carburetor was only being held on by one bolt. It wasn't even the right carburetor for the machine. That contributed also to the way it was running, I'm sure. Got the new engine on. Had to replace the front wheel guide, I guess you would call it, the white part that holds the front wheel up. The original broke. I welded that up and put that on there. It's been good ever since. New wheel, a little bit larger diameter. Took it all apart, painted it, and she runs good. All in all, I think I spent $35 on the original machine through a Craigslist ad, and the replacement motor was $50, I believe. Got my money's worth out of this one. Here's another one of the tools, Echo PB1000 handheld leaf blower. Another old school device. I'd say it's an oldie but a goodie. Been using this about 5 years or so, I guess. Purchase price $35 at a farmer's market. Starts third pole every time, cold, hot, or anywhere in between. 1972 Sears Suburban 12. I don't know why people paint these green, but I got it green and I'm not going to change it until I can find some decent blue to cover it. Wheel weights in the back, 3-point hitch. 3-point hitch was a gift from somebody. The tires are not standard, they're from a newer tractor, 73 SS16. This is a workhorse. If you've watched the channel for any length of time, you've seen this appear here and there. I'm always using it. It's my go-to little tractor. Snowplow was free. I have another one that's a little bit wider. I think this is 38, and the other one's a 42, I believe, or 46. The tractor, I believe, I bought for $100 on Craigslist. Great deal. Last but not least is a utility trailer. My buddy gave me this. It was originally a boat trailer. Had to cut the tongue down. It was all rotted and way too long. Took and welded it back on. A shorter version. Doesn't shake, rattle, or roll going down the road. I think I've replaced the decking on it 2 times so far. Fenders are kind of shot. Made these little gadgets for the lights so I don't knock them out when I'm going down through the woods lane that's too narrow for the trailer. If a piece of brush or something gets caught in there, it's going to go around and just not whack the light and make it fall off. Been successful so far in preventing that from happening. A couple stake pockets on the back for the gate that goes in it. Mounted a box on the front, has all the tie downs and whatnot I use. This is registered for the road. I use this over the road. I think the overall length is like 7 feet and it's just under 4 feet wide. Yeah, like I said, I welded this up after I cut the tongue off. It used to be a tilt trailer, and not anymore. The axle is bent underneath. It's been that way for 20 years. Yeah, I took this thing over to the supply yard one day and asked for a small amount of cold patch. That guy comes up with a front end loader intending to dump a little bit off. Well, it started to slide and the whole trailer was full of cold patch. I had to shovel it back into the pile in order to use the trailer, and the axle took like a 2-degree bend on it, but it still works. I'm going over all this just to show you that you can do this stuff cheap. Doesn't have to be expensive. $100 for that tractor. I probably have another 100 in it here and there. All right, let's get to work. Some of the leaves are too far away from the woods to just blow back there with any efficiency whatsoever. So we have to revert to the old school method. The trailer hooked up to the Suburban, and we just put the leaves in there and bring them back to the woods, one trailer at a time. It would hold a considerably larger amount if I put the sides higher, but then I wouldn't be able to just reach over and dump the leaves in there like I do. This is my patented two rake method. Squeeze it between your arms, use your hands to put it together, and it holds quite a bit. Just be forewarned, the next day you will be sore underneath the arms. Saves the back, you're not bending over, and you get quite a few leaves in there at the same time. When my children were little, their job used to be leaf packer downers. I would get them up inside the trailer, just tell them to munch down the leaves. And you would be surprised how much more volume that adds when the leaves are compressed. But little leaf munchers grew up, so now I just push down with the rake a little bit, and it gives me some more room. While I'm here working with the trailer, I'll take a minute to talk about the 3-point hitch adapter I made for the Sears Suburban. A little bit of welding, some scrap material, put this thing together, and it's been so valuable when I tow trailers with the Suburban. Easy to put the utility trailer on here, doesn't weigh very much, maybe 800 pounds loaded. The camper trailer was a little bit heavier, it's about 2,000 pounds, and it has a jack stand on the side. So I had to be able to get the tongue up high enough to get the jack stand to fold back. This allowed me to do it. Very good little project, saves a lot of time, saves a lot of trouble. The one thing I can say about this that I'm not thrilled about is the weight is up a lot higher in the back of your tractor. So be careful with your clutch. If you have a lot of weight behind you, you might get a wheel stand. Other than that, great project, great device. Thanks for watching. Thrifty Suburbanite signing off.